G'day everyone, I'm Ben and this is Counterfeit Christianity. I'm glad to be here again. Just got back from the gym and I had this thought while I was there. I was listening to a podcast again and this just popped into my mind. But before I get started, I really appreciate people for watching. Thank you very much. Thanks for being along on the journey with me. I'm really thankful for that there are people who are interested, and that it is very encouraging for me, so thanks so much. What I want to talk about today is this idea of religion again. I know it's like something that is, I feel, inherently obvious, but it seems that some people don't understand yet. At least my understanding of this topic. Now, I see it in lots of conversations that I have with people. The chains of religion are still draped over their body, like in lots of parts of their life. They have a little bit of freedom, but then every other part of their life is still covered in this. There's no freedom in other parts of their life. So religion has a tight hold. I understand that. But I saw a question / had conversation with somebody in the comments. I was talking about religion and religion is satanic. And then they said, well, isn't Satan an idea from religion? It's understandable that people don't understand this because this is how we perceive God and the other gods. This is how we perceive them, is through these systems that the other gods have put into place to block us from being able to be authentically in a living relationship with the living God. And they put themselves in his place through systems. That's what I believe religion is. They're just systems that have been put into place to confuse us. They take away truth from life, every part of truth from life. Because you see, religious people, like I specifically talk about religious Christians. People don't like it when I say all Christians, but it's almost all Christians. Even people who don't specifically consider themselves Christians anymore still have the chains of religion on them, because that's the only way that people have been able to be with God, is by being inside of Christianity. So they cannot really understand which parts of the system they believe in and which parts they don't. So like I said before, like I can see glimpses of people slowly coming outside of these religions and these systems, but it has huge holds on them and they can't fathom anything outside of what they've been taught before. And I understand it because it's been a journey for me coming outside of all this stuff. So religion is not God. It is a system that's built around God. It's interesting that people don't really understand that. It's just that we've been indoctrinated so deeply into this thinking that religion is the only way to connect to God. And that's a massive lie, a massive demonic lie that has been thrust upon us since birth. We've got no choice about that because the generations before us absolutely believe that because they're indoctrinated into it too. Once a system has been built around God, it cannot be with the living God anymore. And then it becomes a system that is tied to one of the other gods, because they are the only ones that are systematic, they're cold, they're calculating. Within Christianity, it's very difficult to have an authentic relationship with the living God because it's a system. And so it's automatically separating you from having a relationship with God. Pretty much all systems in this world are unrelational. It's just the way that they are because it's man and the other gods that control them. It's cold and calculating. It doesn't work. God connects with you. The living God connects with you. Our daddy connects with us with our heart. He doesn't connect with us in our mind. That's another thing that Christianity specifically tells you, that the mind is where we need to be connecting with God. And they tell you that the heart and the emotions are evil. And that proves that they're not of God. I have talked about this a little bit before in some other videos, that you don't have to be a Christian to be connected with the living God. And I would actually say that it's better not to be, because Christianity is just a bunch of chains on you. Religion is not God. It is just systems that have been built around him. And then once it becomes systematic, it cannot be relational anymore. And therefore, it's not with him. I think that the Christian God, when they are worshipping inside of their system, because the idea of worship is another evil Christian idea, that worship is singing a song. That's not true. That's an absolute lie. That you want to go to this place and sing songs to worship, that's a systematic religious lie, a Christian religious lie that separates you from an authentic relationship with God. The idea of worship is just to be with him. Being yourself is worship. But Christians lie to you and say that worship is singing a song and this is how it's prescribed. This is how it must be. And that's the systematic lie that takes you into hell. Once you think that something must be a certain way, then you've already fallen into hell. You cannot truly be yourself. You cannot truly have a relationship with the living God if you are inside of a system because it says this is the way it must be done. Something happens. And what happens inside of Christianity, the awe is that you're going to hell. So all religions, all systems are of Satan. And I know that it's really difficult to understand, but God is God and the gods are the gods. They are there. The way that you worship the other gods is by being in a system. They require that of you. They require you to be in a system and systematically do specific things that they require of you so that you can be with them, like go to church, go to a temple, read a book, specifically stop being yourself and become like the majority of other people inside of this system. The way that you are with the living God is to be yourself, is to be relational, is to have a heart-to-heart connection with him and the people that he gives you. This is so opposite to the systems that it doesn't fit. So Christians, I'm talking about Christians most of the time on this channel, but all the religions are the same. And that is why they can't understand, because it's so opposite to the culture you have been indoctrinated into. And you cannot fathom, you cannot believe that God, the loving, living God, your daddy, is okay with you just the way you are. Because you have been indoctrinated into the system for so long. And these chains have a hold on you in all different parts of your life. I just wanted to encourage you with that. No, God is not religious and God is not religion. God is a relationship, and you cannot have a relationship with somebody inside of a system. It doesn't work. That's why just going to church for the relationships, it might work for a while, but you'll never have anything truly authentic because everybody has a sacred cow inside of these systems. One day something will happen where they will not accept you anymore because they are religious. To be a part of that group, you have to believe in specific things. And that is not God. God wants you to be yourself. And when you are yourself with him, you flow into the truth. You flow into reality. You flow into a place that he wants you to be in instead of a place that another person wants you to be in. Now that I'm outside of it, it's really obvious to me when people say things that it's like, oh, you just have religious holds on your life that you don't recognize yet. And people get angry and they get offended and they want to fight for this system and they don't realize why. I've been flowing out of this for a long time. I have recognized it in myself multiple times. And when I see it pop its ugly head up, its foul, festering, putrid Christian head up again. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. God, can you help remove that from me so that I can accept people for who they are, so that I can accept myself for who I am? It's an interesting journey to be on. It's really fun. I'm really thankful that this is what's happening. And I just want to encourage you guys that, no, God is not religious. Religion is not God. A relationship with God is very, very different. And it's very hard to understand, and I get it. So anyway, like always, this is my understanding. I don't know shit. So thank you very much for being on this journey with me. Even if you hate me, even if you want me to die, even if you're one of those putrid Christians that are very angered by what other people say, I really appreciate the comments no matter what. So thanks so much, guys. I'll see you later.